The EU's head Brexit mediator Michel Barnier says crucial advance has been done in achieving a definitive treaty on the UK's leaving of the bloc. Mr. Barnier told a 585 web-page Project Departure Treaty published on Environment provided a key move in final these talks. Mr. Barnier will meet EU Justice Chief Donald Incisor on Friday night. He will officially speak him a milestone in the talks has been gone. Mr. Barnier later heads to Strasbourg to short the Europe Parliament whose treaty will eventually be necessary to get Brexit adopted up the UK foliage the EU following March. The leaders of the some 27 EU nations will as well requirement to endorse the transactions. Meantime, Mrs. May many faces a fight to get the finished transactions via the UK Parliament, in spite winner the supporting of her office. The Project Departure Treaty relating as called divorce rate issues as the UK prepares to keep the EU in March 2019. It includes a finance community of the UK, mined to be on £39 bn, Euro 45 bn, $50 bn. Talk at a click press briefing in Brussels, Mr. Barnier aimed one of the main concerns of the divorce rate, the Irish difficult boundary question. He told how to escape the requirement for natural checks on consumer goods or infrastructure facilities at the boundary among Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, the EU would job in the UK to accept a trading transactions. Yet if negotiations failure, the as-called supporting action would be utilized. Both of sides include solve to provide the supporting is not required by upcoming up-in option institutional arrangement. If we are not prepared by 2020, we can expand the regulation so we include more than period, and if we are yet not down there in the next treaty following the supporting treaty would boot to, he told. Down there will be a UK-wide solitary customs officer area that Northern Ireland will stay in, and Northern Ireland will stay verified to the rules of a solitary marketplace significant for avoiding a boundary consisting on farming politics. Happy modernize yours web browser Mr. Barnier told how any expansion would by a bounded time and by collaborative treaty. He told the project transactions delivers legislative confidence on the ensuing consequences of the UK's divorce rate of the Europe Association. Down there are as well specific protocols in location for Gibraltar and Cyprus to allow human beings down there to go on to dwell as they do present, he added. Mr. Barnier done the spot how time the treaty provided advance, down there was yet job to be made. The Europe Parliament's Brexit head Guy Verhofstadt welcomed the news story, proverb how the treaty would ensure protect of countrymen rights and the avoiding of a difficult Irish boundary. Time I expect one day the UK will back, in the meanwhile the treaty will do Brexit probable, time supporting a shut relation, Mr. Verhofstadt told in a declaration. Europe Committee CEO Jean-Claude Juncker tweeted to say he had suggested a summit conference get location in the EU and the UK next. Mrs. May's add how her office had supported the transactions. Finland's main secretary Juha Sipilä tweeted to say how time environment's developments were essential, decisions on both of sides are yet necessary for a definitive treaty. Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz told he was really happy, addition, this outcome is a nice Donald Incisor, the CEO of the EU Justice and the man who will solve while to conduct a summit conference to mark the Brexit treaty, is due to address reporters near Mr. Barnier on Thursday night, his office space told.